Rogue tier, we still winning. Magic card, oh, we extending. Dark Law, he still contending. Sunrise, your lights in.
Yugi peoples, welcome to the commentary. This right here is my top 4 match in the tournament that I got second place with this deck with my get Shifty heroes. This actually ended up being like a really random rogue deck. Like, I see how Brunder to be under made it this far, and I just had no idea what to do against this deck. I had no idea what to expect, what the cards even do, but it was cool to see another rogue deck in top 4, and it kind of just is what it is. I actually ended up losing this game 1. I made quite a few like really bad moves, because like I said, like when it's my first time playing against a deck, I usually perform pretty bad against it because I have no idea what to do. And part of me winning against most decks is because I know what they're trying to do, I know what they're trying to set up, and I know how to counter it. So yeah, against this deck I had no idea what was going on, what to expect. It ended up being like a really cool matchup, playing against something different here in top 4. So yeah, this is from that same tournament that I was uploading games from last week. Like I said, this is my top 4 match. I start off classic combo Babushka into Dark Law. He's going to activate Pot of Duality and chain D-Shifter. So I'm going to go ahead and chain Mass Chain so that I can get my Shadow Mist effect before D-Shifter resolves. So Dark Law is going to come out now because Babushka's on the board. He's in defeat's position, and I cannot banish a card from my opponent's hand. And he's really kind of thinking about it here, trying to decide what he can do. And I'm just kind of looking at the cards like, what in the world is going on? And I guess I should have known that something weird was happening since he put the Mako field center up there. So yeah, with Pot of Duality, he goes ahead and grabs that Prosperity. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Spirit of Neos because it's just a good card to have, especially when I don't know what to expect from my opponent. And he's going to activate that Prosperity. You see like another D-Shifter, Foolish Burial Goods. There's like a C-Stealth attack, and like I just have no idea what in the world is going on here. Yeah, so now he's trying to decide what to go ahead and get with that Prosperity, and now it's gonna kind of reveal what his strategy is. For y'all who don't know, Legendary Ocean reduces the cost of all like water monsters by like 1 star, something like that. This is a card that allows him to search for like a fish or something like that. Well, the fish is basically a rota for his deck. And down comes the Legendary Ocean, and down comes this water monster, Creocean thing or something, but it has a ongoing effect, non-activated effect, continuous effect that makes it to where like all monsters become water, and I can only control 1 water monster or something like that. It's like something crazy. So basically, it's like it's kind of like a Gozen and a rivalry at the same time. I don't know. It's something weird like that, but I know I couldn't put another monster out on the board. And like I said, it's a continuous effect. So like it's like a floodgate while he has a Legendary Ocean out there on the board. So now during the standby phase, I'll go ahead and trying to decide what I want to detach here, because it's going to get banished by the D-Shifter. And depending on what I end up doing, I might need to be able to use one of these from my graveyard with my boy Graceful Charity, aka Liquid Soldier. So we're gonna go ahead and detach the Solid Soldier there, and I'm just gonna check to see if it has any other crazy effects that keeps it from being destroyed or eaten by battle or anything like that. Just tack over it with Babushka. Then we're going to normal summon out our boy Graceful Charity, use his effect to bring back the Shadow Mist, and then Shadow Mist to go grab our Mass Change, of course. And now we're going to, I believe, reveal what my other face down card is at this point, because I do believe it is the Shade Brigandine, and I'm going to use that with our boy Graceful Charity in order to make Time Thief Redoer, to bounce back stuff. And actually, like in game 3, there's a play here that ends up kind of like messing me over really bad. During the standby phase, I'm gonna take use Time Thief Redoer's effect to take a monster. It ended up being we made Zeus also, and he summons this guy. I can't remember exactly what it does. I think it like gains attack for like every banished monster or something like that. And it just ends up like it's pretty strong. I know it was strong enough to attack over my Time Thief Redoer, and then it can send a legendary ocean to the graveyard, and I can't remember exactly what it does. I'm an old Yu-Gi-Oh player, and my memory's not as good as it used to be. So now he's got this thing out here on the board, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do with my Redoer at the start of the battle phase. Or no, actually we're not in the battle phase yet. Yeah, he's got this other monster that he summons out to the board. I think this one has like a negate or something. It's like something crazy, or I can special summon something if it destroys it by battle or something like that. Like it's a kind of a annoying card. So now I believe like I probably should have really listened to the audio on this one so I can kind of remember what in the world is going on here or what in the world these cards do. I just remember they were water monsters and they were really good under Legendary Ocean, and they, along with some of the other cards that you're going to find out he has inside of his deck, carried him to this top 4 match up here. So now I believe it's like the battle phase, and I'm trying to decide what to do here. He's going to attack into my Shadow Mist with the jellyfish thing. I'm going to go ahead and mass change, and I'm not exactly sure why I did that, because there wasn't really, I don't think there was any point in like, mass changing there. I could have saved the mass change, honestly. I think it was because I was thinking at the end of the turn I was going to Zeus. And when he goes to attack with that guy, I'm going to go ahead and drop the Spirit of Neos. And, come to think of it, during the deck profile, I did talk about one thing that I wanted to do was add in the Honest Neos. I do believe that point right there would have been a time where I'd searched out the Honest Neos. So, yeah, that's going to end up messing me over there, losing my Dark Law for nothing to this monster here. And he's got another Pot of Prosperity to go get his Rhoda card here. Basically just like adds fish monsters, and he adds another fish monster, or let me not even say fish because it might just be water monsters or something like that. And I'm trying to read and figure out what it does. It like special summons itself or something. Like when I attack, it does like some crazy stuff. So right here is where I really blow the game. You see all this stuff that he has down here. I could have, activated Zeus effect, chain Redoer to get him off the board, and yeah, I could have wiped his whole board there. For some reason, I didn't do it. I can't remember why I didn't do it, but this is the point where it ends up where not wiping the board ends up costing me the game. So yeah, we're going into my turn, and standby phase, go ahead and get the effect of Time Thief Redoer. We're going to get a draw also. I'm going to go ahead and summon the Stratos. I'm going to use his effect to destroy back row, non-targeting. Well, no, I guess it wasn't that I had to attack or do something in order to special summon that guy. For some reason, it just gets a special summon. Like I said, I don't remember exactly what all these cards freaking do because I've never seen them before. And like right now, I'm trying to figure out what in the world is going on. How come he gets to summon this thing, and things are going off. I'm going to go ahead and looks like I pointed at Redoer there. And I guess then it gets to special summon that monster and it gets to pop something. So he pops my Spirit of Neos, which will take away my rank 7 play. We're going to go ahead and instant contact anyway because I still have the rank 4 play with my boy Stratos out there on the board. And I think I'm not too sure why. I guess that monster had like some kind of negate and then it can special summon and pop or something because my Stratos effect definitely did not resolve there. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and turn Zeus into attack position. We got our Neospatian out there. And we're going to go ahead and, decide what we're going to do. Going into the battle phase here, I'm going to attack, and this thing turned out to be like really, really, really crazy. It like reduces the attack of my monster to 0, negates its effect, and it's like permanent. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and chain Zeus here. It's not enough to keep it from going off, and I forgot to chain my redoer. So yeah, I really ended up blowing the game at this point. And when it goes to its turn, it's just like those have some kind of search effects. My attack is permanently 0. I can't change his position. And yeah, he's just like a sitting duck sitting there. I already activated the hero live, so I only got like 4k life points left. Well, a little bit less than that, probably like 38, 36 or something like that, because he attacked over my Dark Law, which he shouldn't have been able to do, because I should have had honest Neos off of here like a good hero player. So yeah, he summons out the little jellyfish, sends the legendary ocean, summons another big fish, and yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I end up losing game 1. Really, really playing bad. It's kind of the rust sinking in there, but that's how it goes sometimes. Okay, so going into round 2, we're going to go ahead and be going first. And I do believe I went ahead and sided out D-Shifter for this match, because since he D-Shifted me, one of the things I always remember is it's like, hey, if they D-Shifted me, D-Shifter probably doesn't hurt them, so let's go ahead and take that out of there. We're going to start off with a hero lives here. You see, I also have the deck devastation virus off inside of there, just in case. My opening hand is actually like pretty weak though, especially if I start off by using the hero lives to summon Shadow Mist instead of Stratos. That means like I have no way to most likely get to my solid soldier. So we're going to go ahead and use that to go ahead and get the mass change there. Then we're going to normal summon out our Stratos to go grab our boy Liquid Soldier, and we're going to set 2 back row, and I believe that is going to pass and end my turn there. I'm just kind of really trying to decide what to do here. I'm going to go ahead and instant contact, which, I really hate doing on a turn like this, because it didn't really seem like Babushka had too much effect on him. So I'm going to go ahead and make the Time Thief redoer though, hoping to, pick off some of his traps to be able to bounce something and just be able to kind of like stay in this game, because Babushka didn't really do much since he also has a continuous effect that basically is like a like a goes in match rivalry type thing. So standby phase, I pick up a spell card. Not bad at all. I like picking up spell cards because they allow me to have a little bit of draw power in this match. And of course, here comes the D-Shifter. I really want to get my Shadow Mist effect, so I'm going to go ahead and chain the second mass change there. I'm going to chain Time Thief Redoer's effect so that I can, get all this stuff done. And we're going to leave our boy Dark Law out on the board, and we're going to go ahead and add the Spirit of Neos. My opponent doesn't get a battle phase this turn, but, I already got my boy Graceful Charity in hand, so there's no reason to go search for him. And yeah, that's just how it ends up going there. And actually, I had to do my Time Thief Redoer effect there first in order to draw, and then go search for my Spirit of Neos there. And then we're trying to figure out what all ended up getting banished here. What's face up, what's face down. In phase, my Time Thief Redoer comes back. Unfortunately, he didn't have any plays left. I'm going to seal that trap card that ended up messing me over last game. We got the E-Call. Go search for any of our elemental heroes. And we already got the boy Graceful Charity in hand. We're going to normal summon him, activate his effect to bring out Shadow Mist. And Shadow Mist is going to search a mass change. And we got plenty on board there to end that game. So, despite getting evenly matched, my opponent doesn't draw enough in order to be able to win the game there. And now going into game 3 here, I'm pretty sure we were like really short on time. There wasn't very much time left. My opponent terraformings into Legendary Ocean. He is going first. And there goes the pot of duality. We're actually like playing kind of fast there. That's why he probably doesn't grab that Solemn Judgment. Pot of prosperity there. He's got the Legendary Ocean. One piece of his puzzle there, and I believe those are all like ways to search out to Legendary Ocean as well. And unfortunately, he doesn't draw anything, even though he potted dualities and pots of prosperity. Go ahead and lightning storm his back row. So he only had that one back row back there, and I'm just trying to go ahead and do as much damage as possible without taking up too much time. Since my opponent doesn't have anything on the board, we're going to go ahead and a hero lives there. Normally I wouldn't do that, but since he has an open board and it takes half my life points, but I figure I have enough time to go ahead and get this off in there. We're going to Solid Soldier into Stratos, go grab our Spirit of Neos. That way when we do go to the battle phase, possibly we can prevent him from doing too much damage that will kill us. And that would actually be another good time to grab the Spirit of Neos. I mean, not the Spirit of Neos, but the Honest Neos. So we're going to attack for 1k, 24, 18, mass change out into another 24k there to go ahead and, make sure that his life points are below ours. We got Time Thief Redoer. And, that was one of the cards is, I was scared of seeing the Gozen match. He's going to go ahead and Pot of Prosperity. So now I even take like half damage this turn. Dark Law effect is going to hit the Sea Stealth attack, not the card I really wanted to hit. But he's going to be able to search out the other piece to his puzzle. Here goes the Legendary Ocean. And I'm trying to figure out what in the world this card even does. And I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and redo her, bounce it. He decides to just go ahead and pick it up because it was kind of like wasting time there. And he's going to summon this monster, but because it doesn't have an activated effect, I'm not able to chain my redoer effect because it's just a continuous effect that happens while it's out there on the board. And yeah, I ended up just losing my board because I can only control one water monster, and that turns my water monster smart. Water turns my monsters water. And yeah, so it turns out to be really bad. He gets the Sea Stealth attack, and it's not strong enough to attack over my Dark Law. But if I talk into it with the Sea Stealth attack, because his, I don't know, it does something that makes it to where it destroys me by battle. And yeah, unfortunately, time is called at that point. My opponent bricked that game. Not too sure how it would have turned out. It probably would have been pretty bad though, because of the Sea South Legendary Ocean lock thing that I was going up against there. But it's a pretty cool deck. Nice to play against something completely different. Nice to see that he made it to top 4. Goes in matches and rivalries can win games, especially when they come in monster forms that you can search for. So yeah, that was my top 4 match. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to record the finals. My phone was on like 10% and I had to charge it, but I do have a camera now, so you're going to start seeing a little bit more different content. I'm going to start up my TikTok also. We're going to have some guest commentators, and yeah, it's just, going to get a little bit better. I want to say appreciate you to everybody who stayed a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video. Ain't nobody messing with the masked hero, king of games. Mask off, now you see that a hero lives. I pay half and you ask, but I'm winning games. There ain't another hero that surpasses me.